up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is going to be another retro review of Falcon Crest Season 2, Episode 2. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. So we start this episode off. We have Angela. She's Angela, Lance, Philip, and Melissa having dinner outside. Whatever, and Philip and Angela get to walk in, and she's talking to Philip, and they have their little romantical moment because they about to they're getting into dating, whatever. Anyway, we see Julia talking to Chase. Julia's been helping Chase get up to speed and understand certain things as far as wine and stuff like that. And Angela is not here for it. Angela is like, I don't understand why you helping Chase, because I don't like it. And Julia is like, listen, Chase is a hard worker. I don't see what the problem is. He could actually be running this place. You know what I mean? Like, he has the knowledge to do it. Like, you need to really stop tripping. Angela was like, whatever, I don't want Chase running Falcon Crest, and I don't want Richard Channing running the newspaper. And here's the thing. Angela, you keep acting like that newspaper belongs to you. That newspaper does not belong to you, okay? First of all, he was your ex-husband. So even if he had this mysterious this other son, the newspaper still doesn't go to you. You got 2 grown children. I know y'all don't treat Emma like she grown, but Emma is real grown, okay? So Angela is tripping anyway, but they still can't get in touch with Richard Channing. He's in town, but he has not responded to any of their phone calls, honey. So then we see Lance and Melissa. Child, they doing what Lance and Melissa does. And then Melissa tries to play victim and turn on the waterworks. And, Angela plays into it. Although I know Angela sees Melissa for who she is. But I think there's a part of Angela that respects it because she sees so much of herself in Melissa. But Angela sees Melissa for who she is. Philip really sees Melissa for who she is. And he ain't here for it at all. Now down the hill to the Gilbertis, or the other people, chasing his family. Julia shows up and she asked them if they could host the baby shower, and they were like, "Do what? Host the who? For who?" And of course, Cole is not here for it because you know how Cole feels, and Cole already know that that's his baby. If he don't know it's his baby, he got a strong suspicion. But there's that. But even if he don't think that baby his, he feeling some kind of way about Melissa. So he ain't here for it. Chase ain't here for it because Chase was like, now you already know your mama ain't feeling me. And she was like, well, I want for it to, Julia was like, well, I want it to be a surprise because, in the grand scheme of things, Lance ain't really feeling this whole baby becoming a father thing. Yeah, because it ain't his baby. And I'm really trying to, I need for it to be a surprise because he's not going to voluntarily come to a baby shower. And, and it's funny because, we talk now about these co-ed baby showers becoming trends, but they had a co-ed baby shower on Falcon Crest. Oh, rewind. Y'all know what I saw at the beginning of this episode? This episode was directed by Bill Duke. Now, I knew Bill Duke did directing, but I didn't know he had started directing this early. Because I know, he directed Sister Act and, some other movies. But I didn't know he had started directing this early. This was the mid-'80s. Okay, Bill Duke, I see you. So, the other thing we talk about at this little conversation. So, of course, they agree to do it. What they going to say? What they going to tell Julia? No. So, of course, they agree to do the baby shower. So, they also bring up the fact that Maggie has been writing a screenplay. And Julia was like, oh, wow. You're not writing articles anymore. I didn't know that you were really getting into writing the screenplay. And Chase was like, yeah, my wife is getting ready to become the next big thing in Hollywood. Now, this is important, okay? This is important. This is the second time. I don't think I mentioned it in the last episode, but this is the second time that Chase has made a little snide comment about Maggie becoming a screenwriter. Just hold on to it. So, Julia was like, well, there's a dude that owns a winery, and he really just does it for fun. He's really a Hollywood exec. He's here a couple of weeks out of the year, but I can introduce you to him. And Maggie was like, okay, all right, that sounds good. So they agree to do the baby shower, child. So now while all of this is going on, we have down to the council. Chase is finally trying to start to tackle this water issue. Now, if you go back to season 1 and you remember when Chase was actually running for the executive board or whatever they call it, the county exec, that's it, the county exec, he ran on this whole idea about Angela owning the water and basically siphoning off the water at will. And Chase was like, that is a natural resource. Like, she just can't be controlling the water like that. Falcon Crest can't control the water. And so, of course, he's getting pushback from Angela's little cronies that are on the exec board. And one of them actually throws something in Chase's face that I kind of was thinking myself. He was like, okay, but this is like a conflict of interest because you're actually part owner of Falcon Crest now. So it's not you going against Angela like it was when you ran. It's you going against yourself at this point. And so even if we decide to bring this to a vote at best, you need to abstain. Like, you don't need to have anything to do with that. And of course, now Chase was looking like, oh, damn, I guess so. And of course, immediately, as soon as that meeting is over, honey, the little crony calls up Angela and tells Angela what's going on. And Angela is all in her feelings about it. Like, what is Chase really trying to do? Like, I'm going to really need Chase to calm his ass down. Okay? Now, Emma is still working on her Great Escape. All right? And Emma's on the phone with somebody whispering, asking them about about a program they have and the different details and all of that. And they gave her the answers that she needed. And then I guess they asked her about transportation. And she said, oh, no, transportation won't be an issue. I'll take care of that. Thank you. So, Emma, listen, they better pay attention to Emma because Emma is not playing with them. Emma really does have a plan. Emma really is trying to do some things. And we're going to get there. We're going to get there. So, well, we'll go ahead. Let's go ahead and knock Emma out a little bit more. So later on in the episode, we see Emma go to a car dealership. Now, she goes to one of the lesser reputable car dealerships, probably because there's not as much paperwork and things of that nature. And she buys the car in cash after she drills the guy about rack of pinion steering and four-wheel drive and all of those things that she's been reading up on in her book. She had read the consumer reports. Like, Emma went to that car dealership knowing exactly what she wanted, knowing the right questions to ask, and waiting until she got the answers that she needed to get, and she went on about her business. She bought that car cash and drove it off the lot. Now, of course, her mama told her, Emma, I don't know why you bought a car. You don't need a car. That was just really silly. That's a silly way to spend your money. And she was like, no, it's not. She was like, it's a level of independence. She said, Mother, I'm grown and I want I want to live as an independent, woman. And so then Angela says, well, did you read the paperwork that Philip sent you to give me your proxy? And she said, you haven't even found time. That's what she said, you haven't even found time to read the paperwork. And Emma was like, I read it. She said, well, go ahead and sign the paperwork and give it to Philip so you can give me your proxy. And she was like, no, I don't want to give you my proxy. She said, well, Emma, those things are just really, really complicated. And she said, so you trying to say I'm stupid? You trying to say I'm not smart enough to understand them? And she was like, no, that's not what I'm saying, Emma. I'm just saying, why bother yourself with such frivolous things? Let me handle it. And Emma was like, no, that's not going to happen. Honey, Angela is not feeling the new and improved Miss Emma, okay? Now, Melissa goes to visit her dad. And, of course, she's telling her father that things are not going really well. And her father is like, listen, I'm going to talk to Angela because I did not send you over there to be disrespected and mistreated. If Lance isn't going to treat you better, then you're going to divorce him. You're going to come back here and you're going to live with me. Like, we're not doing that. And she was like, She said, we have way too much to gain. I'm good. I can handle it. They think they winning, but I know what's really good. Now, Melissa, I don't understand because you never had the upper hand. You and your daddy never had the upper hand in this whole situation, and I don't know why y'all thought y'all did, but okay, I'm gonna let you have it. So later on in the evening, she's talking to her dad, and her dad basically tells her about where he came from, and her father has a Italian accent. And so he tells her about how hard their life was and how his brother was murdered, and they tried to steal his coat from him, and he wouldn't give the coat, and then he ended up getting murdered. And he used that as a segue into explaining to Melissa who Richard Channing was. And he basically let Melissa know, listen, Richard Channing is a dangerous dude who runs with organized crime. I mean, he was very eloquent in how he explained it, but basically he broke it down like, this is what's going on. Like, that's who Richard Channing is. So Angela need to be really careful about how she rumbles with him, because it ain't as easy as it seems, right? He not as easy of a mark, I guess, as that they think he is. So, back at Falcon Crest, Chase is still working with Julia, and here come Angela, honey. Angela is not here for it. Angela comes busting in there, and she starts going off on Chase about what happened at the meeting, and about how Chase wanted to take over the water, and that is her water. It belongs to her. And he was like, you don't own water. Like, water is a natural resource. You can't just be controlling, and when the farmers need the water, like, you don't get to control when the farmers get a hold of the water and can't have the water. Like, and she was like, I can and I will. And this is how it is. This is how I run. And once again, she's got on this bad, like, it's a dress, but it looks like a suit. I don't know how to explain it, but it looks like a long. We've seen variations of it before, but it is bad, honey. That thing looked nice. Even in her 1980s fashion, honey, some of the things Angela used to wear was bad, honey, bad. But they getting into it, and she lets Chase know, like, listen, if it's what you want, or it's what you're gonna get, because I've been entertaining you up until this point, but you're not gonna take my water. Like, we're not doing that. You're not going to be successful. You're not going to take my damn water. And, of course, Chase is like, I am, I will, I don't know what you're talking about. Now, down to the globe, Richard finally makes his presence known. He has a little impromptu meeting in the middle of the hallway, and he gives this great speech about his father and how he didn't really know his dad, but he plans to honor his father and do the right thing, and nobody has to worry about their job. Everybody's job is safe. He's going to make this the best newspaper in the world. All of the great things, right? And of course, everybody's clapping and they happy and everything. So then he goes into the office of the editor-in-chief, and you could tell by his tone that he is not here for this editor-in-chief. And he basically starts laying out the editor-in-chief and was like, yo, you are a shitty editor-in-chief. This this newspaper has not run well under you. You've been editor-in-chief for 20 years, and you've been working here for 30 years. You've been editor-in-chief for 20 years, and this magazine really ain't about nothing. I plan to make this magazine a marquee magazine, but you ain't the one to do it. So I'm gonna need you to go ahead, clean your stuff, and get up out of here and be gone by the end of the evening. I need this room. And come to find out, the man was a year away from getting his full pension. Why Richard talking about some, oh well, bad timing on his part, we'll give him 2 weeks severance. He was like, what? You can't do that. He was like, 1 week severance. I said, now didn't you just go finish telling everybody they ain't got to worry about their job? I guess everybody except for the editor. I said, dang, that's messed up. So he done lost his job and his pension. That's a mess. So back down to Chase's house down at the bottom of the hill, honey. Vicky done bought Mario a dog. What made, people who buy people pets, if it ain't a goldfish, I think that's a very rude gift, okay? Because it's cute and all, but it's work. Who said that I wanted to do that work? You done bought this boy a puppy. He just lost his daddy. He don't know what he got going on, and you bought him a puppy. Now, for some people, it could be a lifesaver. But I just feel like you got a 50-50 chance. And don't nobody buy me no puppy. Unless I explicitly told you that I was ready, not only wanted a puppy, but ready for a puppy. Don't buy me no puppy. Now I got to worry about feeding it. Puppies are expensive, too. Mario ain't got no money. How he gonna buy it? Child, that damn Vicky. Oh. So Vicky had a conversation with Cole, asking him how he feel about, the baby shower and Melissa and everything. What you think Cole was gonna say, Vicky? So Vicky meets up with Mario to take him this dog. Honey, when Mario saw Vicky pull up, the look on his face said, what the hell is she doing here? That was the look on his face. The look on his face was like, why is she here? So then she shows him the puppy. He was like, what? What am I supposed to do with a puppy? Child. And of course, Vicky made it about her. She missed him. They haven't seen each other. And he tells her that he's still trying to figure it all out. He's trying to figure out what his next, his next move, making his next move his best move. And told her he was dropping out of school. That he had to figure some things out. He had to finish his father's work, the things his father never got a chance to do, and he needed to start it now. And Vicky was like, but like, you were just saying how you had all these advantages and you want to do some things for your daddy. Like, how you gonna do it? You done dropped out of school. And now that was a valid point. Like, Mario, you need to finish your education because you just got finished talking about how you have this education and that's going to help you do things that your father weren't able to do, but now you're going to drop out of school. Boy, bye. So Mario is just confused. Okay, he's going through, but he's determined that he's going to work for the rights and he's going to, work for his people. Now, I don't remember this much of the story, honestly, but I feel like Mario is getting ready to become like a Cesar Chavez type situation and help the workers in the valley, and that's gonna put him in direct conflict with Lance and Angela. I don't know that to be true because I really don't remember that part of this, but I feel like that's coming. So then we have Melissa speeding back home so that she can warn Angela about how horrible Richard is, honey. She done cut off Philip. She tearing down the road in that Porsche. Child, 9 months pregnant. And so Philip is trying to let Angela know, like, listen, Richard is not a nice dude. Like, basically, he's telling Richard, he's got the same information to tell Angela that Melissa does. Melissa was like, yo, my daddy said he ain't nothing to be played with. And Philip was like, yeah, we found out that he did this, he did that, he did this, he did that. And she was like, okay, well then, why would a man like that want a little old newspaper here in California? Like, what could he possibly have to gain by that? Like, why is he here? What is he trying to do? And he was like, well, I don't know. Like, we got to figure out what it is that he wants. You know what I'm saying? Now, while this is going on, honey, Julia done tricked everybody to get down to Chase's house. Now, how she convinced everybody to get in the car, because basically they were looking for Emma, right? But usually they just send Charlie or one person in Charlie. Somehow they done convinced Angela, Charlie, Lance, Melissa, everybody going to go find Emma. So they get down there for the baby shower, and it's nice. It's all great. Everybody's happy. Da 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 da. Boom boom boom. Melissa's father's there. The whole valley's there. Everybody's having a good time, right? Baby, we look up and Lance is down there flirting with some woman. And Lance even said to her when they was doing the toast and stuff, Lance was like, you might as well just go on and tell them. Because her daddy said something about being an Agretti. And Angela reminded him, ain't no more Agrettis. He's gonna be a Channing. Remember? And Daddy was not feeling that. Lance gonna lean over to Melissa and was like, why don't you just go on to tell him he ain't either one? The baby not either one. Because the baby ain't mine. Child. Oh, Lance is an ass. So like I said, the daddy look up and he see Lance down there flirting with some old woman. Baby, they get into arguing. He done punched Lance. He done threw Lance down. And the only thing that stopped Lance from whooping up on him, of course, because he old. And here come Cole and Chase breaking it up. And Lance told him, Lance said, let me tell you something. Don't you ever put your hands on me again. And he goes stomping off, and the daddy goes stomping off. Now, also that happened during the baby showers. We see Emma and Chase all huddled up in the corner having a little private conversation. And Emma was like, listen, Chase, you're the only one that's going to know. Like, I'm telling you because I trust you. And Chase was like, well, like, why don't you... Basically trying to talk her out of whatever it is that she's doing. Emma said, listen, Chase, I'm doing it. You're the only one that's going to know where I am. I trust you to protect me and to keep my secrets. I said, oh boy, okay. So what also happened down to the baby shower is this Hollywood producer that Julia is going to introduce, that Julia said she would introduce Maggie to, he's actually at the party. And so, of course, him and Maggie get to having a conversation. Honey, they get to talking a little this and a little that. And Chase got his eye on it. But again, I don't think Chase really thought it was anything was going to come out of it. So he wasn't really tripping. But he did have his eye on it like, okay, all right. So later on that night, Philip is talking to Angela. And they finally get the phone call they've been waiting for. They got the phone call from Richard, basically saying he ready to meet, So they're going to meet with Richard the next day. So they get down to the Globe offices the next day. And, of course, Richard got his best, he putting his charm on. He done redecorated Douglas's office, but he kept Douglas's chair. And he said, I wanted to keep my my father's chair, like some symbolic move or whatever. And he get to talking to Angela. And baby, he said, Angela said something about, and what about your mother? And Richard was like, listen, let's not be coy, because I already know that you and Philip have been doing as much research on my background as you possibly could. So I know I don't know who my damn mama is. He said, but now that I'm here at the place of your husband's indiscretion, maybe I have a better chance of finding out who my mother is. So they got to going back and forth, baby. Angela got nasty with Richard. Richard got nasty with Angela. And Angela was like, basically she was like, listen, you don't know who you messing with. And I don't have to take this. Like, I don't have the energy for it. I don't have time for it. And I don't have to take this from you or anybody else. And I'm out. And baby, she gets her ass up. And she walks up out of there. And when she leaves, Richard throws a fit because he didn't get the reaction from her that he wanted. So he gets to throwing a fit. He done put a knife, well, I'm sure it was a letter opener, in the chair. He done tore up the chair. He tells his assistant, get rid of that chair. Because he didn't get the reaction from Angela he wanted. Listen, I'm telling y'all, this Richard, Angela, Chase and Angela ain't got nothing on what we about to see with Richard and Angela. Do y'all hear what I'm telling y'all? Anyway, buckle up, Buttercup. That's it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Talk to y'all later. Peace.